excited to share with you today everything I've thrifted for my family this spring. I love thrifting for my husband, my 3 kids, and my home, and here's what I found. First, we'll start off with home goods. I thrifted this basket. I have a little diaper caddy down here, but I currently have 2 kids in diapers, and so that caddy was just too small. I was having to refill it every day, and so I got this basket, which is a little bit bigger, and I can fit both their size diapers, wipes, and diaper cream, and I don't have to refill it for several days. And we just keep it down here in our living room for easy diaper changes. Next, I thrifted this thermos. Cups, and especially kids' cups, are something that I do not normally thrift unless I know I can take apart every single piece and clean it and sanitize it. But I was so excited to find this thermos brand little cup for my kids. We're going into summer and we take a lot of trips to the zoo, parks, so many places, and this is stainless steel, so it's insulated, so it can keep drinks really nice and cold for my kids. And it has the tags on the bottom still, like it looks like it's never been washed or used. So I was super excited to find that. I love glass bottles. I have the larger glass bottles, but I thought this was perfect. I don't own any small glass bottles, but I thrifted this one. It was just like $1 at Salvation Army, so I was super excited to find that. And then lastly, for homeware, I found this beautiful loaf pan. It is just so beautiful. I've already used this loaf pan several times for some banana bread. Okay, next we will do kids' toys. First, I found this sand bucket. It was like $1. I think it was less than $1. It's huge. It's a really good sized sand bucket. We take a lot of trips to the beach during the summer, and like last year I didn't have any sand buckets, so my kids used these plastic Easter baskets, and so I was really excited to find this for this year. I know they'll love carrying it around, putting a whole bunch of stuff in it, and for less than $1 I just feel like I could not beat that. So I was excited to add this to our beach toy collection. And then next, I do not normally buy these huge toys like this, but my husband was gone for an entire week in like end of April, beginning of May, and so I went thrifting like a week before he left because I wanted to find some toys or some books that I could bring out when he was gone if I just needed a minute, or the kids were getting a little stir crazy and I needed something to get their attention, just to occupy them for a little bit, and this definitely did the job. So my kids love Paw Patrol. They have all the figurines and everything, and so I found this Paw Patrol aircraft carrier. They absolutely loved it. I think I got it for $6 or $7, and it opens, and then this little thing comes down. They can set all their figurines in here, up here. It's just super cool for a kid, and it already lit up and everything. Yeah, they love this thing. They play with it every other day, if not every day still. And then this little spaceship shoots out. I can figure out how to do it. There you go, it shoots out. And so I was really excited to find this for them, and they have loved it so much. That's it for the toys. Now I'll show you what clothes I got for myself. Honestly, I'm very picky when it comes to my clothes. If it's not wow, I really need this, I don't thrift a ton of stuff for myself unless I love it, because my closet could very quickly become just overloaded with stuff that I like, but I don't actually wear because I don't love it and I don't feel comfortable in it. First, I was really excited to find these. These are just H&M black braided sandals. I was really excited to find these because last summer I wore through my black sandals, my black flip-flops, and so I was super excited to find these. I just found this Target. It's an oversized striped button-down shirt. I love it. I can tuck it into stuff or just leave it untucked, an oversized fit. I have already worn this and it definitely passes the comfort, not restrictive, just throw on casual wear that I love. And then lastly, I just thrifted this, so I haven't even worn it yet, but I tried it on in the dressing room and I immediately loved it. but it's this H&M striped like midi dress. It's just very comfortable, but also like very pretty. So I was super excited to find this. Next, we'll go into books. I love thrifting kids' books. They're probably one of my favorite things to thrift, and if I don't know where to start in a thrift store, I'll just head right to the book section, right to the kids' books, because my kids love books so much. We take them in the car. If we're gonna run an errand, I tell them like, go grab a book, and they bring it in the car. We read books before bed. When they get up in the morning, they can get up and like grab books and read them in their bed. It's something I can do with them, and I love to read with them. So we're a book family. We love books, and so I always thrift books. They're so cheap compared to like store-bought. I think like at our Goodwill, they're like 79 cents for kids books, and if you go on half off day, it's just like you can't beat like 40 cents for a nice kids book. So here we go. First we have The Little Red Hen. This book, I hadn't read it before, but when I saw it in the store, I love to look for the golden edges for the little golden books, because usually I like what they put out, like I like their books. And so this little book, if you haven't read it, it's a great lesson for kids about work and enjoying the fruit of your labor. And so I definitely picked that up. We've already read it a couple times, and my daughter, I think, kind of like has it memorized. I heard her reading it the other day to her brother, and I was so excited because I think she has it memorized. It's like a simple concept, but a good lesson. Next, we got The Tale of Peter Rabbit. I love board books like this because my daughter, she can read books that have like soft pages, you know, that are like really easily ripped. Like she can read like these ones. My son can too, but sometimes if he gets bored, like he'll just start ripping the books. And so I've taped too many books, and so now if he's alone in his room, I have a little stack of books for him, and they're all board books, so I know he's not going to rip them or get in trouble for ripping them. So this is just The Tale of Peter Rabbit in a board book version for him. Next we have Beauty and the Beast. My kids have a Peter Pan book like this, and the great thing about like these big like Disney books is it has the whole story. There's a ton of pages, but the pictures are just massive. Like it's just huge, with like a tiny little like place to read. And so if you have kids, usually I feel like the bigger the illustration, the bigger the picture, like the more engaged they are. And so my kids love this book, particularly my daughter. Next, if you haven't heard of like Usborne books, I've thrifted several of them, and I usually really like them. An easy way to find them is they have like this little hot air balloon on the binding. And so whenever you're thrifting, like looking at the books and the bindings, just look at the bottom, and if you see any hot air balloons, that is the Usborne little signature icon. And so I found a couple of Usborne books. This one is Lift the Flap Questions and Answers, and I love interactive books for my kids. And so the Lift the Flap ones or the pop-up books, they usually love those. And so my daughter loves this book. It's just like this page is about how, and it's like how can a boat float? And then it just gives an answer, like a simple answer, like questions, like simple questions that kids would have, but just like really good facts, really educational. So I got that, and then I got two more Usborne books. This one is Lift the Flap, a picture atlas, and I was so excited to find these. And so this is like the continent of Africa. Here's a little flap, and it says the Sahara Desert is the largest in the world. And then it has a little fact about the Sahara Desert. So I was really excited to find that one. And lastly, the last Usborne book I found with that air balloon on the binding is this Telling Time book. I remember as a kid, like telling time, like learning how to tell time in school was kind of challenging for me. And so I got this book hoping to help my daughter if she, maybe it'll help her learn how to tell time faster and easier. So it just goes through the day, like it's like lunchtime, and then it's 9 o'clock, and so you move the clock to 9 o'clock, and she can like help me move the clock, just to help her understand how time and a clock works. But they're great. They're all board books, so the pages are hard. They're all interactive, and for like 79 cents, and I might have even gotten these on a half off day for 40 cents, I just cannot beat that. For the Christmas season, I have a bin of books downstairs. that I only bring out for Christmas. And so there are a whole bunch of different Christmas books, classics like How the Grinch Stole Christmas, but also like books they like Clifford's Christmas or Curious George. There's just like a vast variety of Christmas books that like fill up my kids' bookshelves, but I only bring them out in December. And so these two books they haven't seen yet because I've tucked them away for the Christmas season. This first one is The Story of Christmas, and it's just the story of Jesus being born to Mary and Joseph in Bethlehem, and I love it. It's just a very simple version of the Christmas story. It just has like a couple lines on each page, and it's just beautifully illustrated, and I thought this was perfect for my two younger boys. Next is The Willoughby's Christmas Tree, and I had never heard of this book before, but when I found it at the thrift store, I loved it. It is just so cute, and I know we'll have a really fun time reading this during the Christmas season. Okay, two more. This one is just Clifford's ABCs. Right now, my daughter is learning her ABCs, and she also likes Clifford, and so I just thought this book would help her learn those. So it just has the letters, capital letter, lowercase letter, and then a whole bunch of things on the page that start with that letter. And so my kids love this. We've already read it several times. And lastly, my kids love like actual real life pictures. And so this is an animal book. We have the first words version of this book, and my son in particular, 2-year-old, he loves that book. And so when I found this animals book, I knew that he was gonna love this one. So it just has a whole bunch of like real life pictures of animals, and so these are actually what animals look like when like he sees a ladybug outside, or an ant, or a tiger at the zoo. Like these are actual photos, not illustrated, if you know what I mean. Like these are actual photos of what animals look like. And I find that my kids usually love books like this. So that is it for the books. I'm just gonna do puzzles. First, I love Melissa and Doug puzzles. I think almost every puzzle we own is Melissa and Doug. Usually the pictures on the puzzles are just so pretty, and the puzzles are like the puzzle pieces themselves are thick, and my kids have put tons of puzzles together, and they've put the same puzzles together over and over again, and the pieces are still like good quality. They're still in good shape. They're just very good quality puzzles. My daughter has a lot of like 40-piece puzzles and like 50-piece puzzles, and she knows how to do those very well. And so when I found these two puzzles, I was really excited because I thought these would challenge her, because they're 100-piece and 200-piece. So this one is just a safari puzzle. It's over 4 feet long, it's 100 pieces, and we've already put this together with her and she loves it. And then this 200-piece puzzle, I haven't given it to her yet because I was saving it. I have a bin in my basement, and sometimes I will thrift things for my kids, but it's almost like it's either too big for them, like they're not gonna really play with it yet, or if I find like a really pretty book that I know they'll love, I'll save it like for their birthday or for Christmas. So I just keep that bin downstairs. So when the holidays or their birthdays come, I go through that bin and see what I have first for them, and then I buy other presents from there. So this puzzle is a space puzzle. It just has planets and a rocket ship, and it's 200 pieces. It's once again over 4 feet long, and I know that she will love this when we give this to her. Alright, here's the kids' clothes. I've slowly been thrifting things for the summer, and so a lot of these things are the summer things that my kids will wear, or that like the size that they're going into. So first, my daughter is definitely growing. Like everything she has is too short for her, and so she needed some new leggings just for the colder spring days, or for like pajamas to go to bed. And so I just found this plain black pair of leggings for her. My son is going into size 2T, and so I got just these plain khaki shorts for him. And I also found these like athletic wear shorts for him. They're just very nice, very like that dry fit, very light material. And then I found these, they're like very soft. They remind me, they're not H&M, but they remind me of some H&M clothes that I have for my boys. There's a very pretty blue color. When things have a drawstring, it's another level of like, yes, I'm buying it. Because my daughter is very petite in her waist, and my son Jack, he's 10 months old, he's long, but he's very petite. And so when they have a drawstring for my daughter or for my youngest son, I'm just like, yes, we're getting this, because it just fits so much better. I got these jeans for my 2-year-old. He has these jeans in the size he is now in 18 months, and we wear them all the time. And so this is just the next size, it's 2T. Here's a little dress. It's just like the Forever 21 brand, but I got that for my daughter. This little shirt I got for my 10-month-old. It's Zara. I think people passed over it because it has like some dirt marks on it, but I think in the store I kind of like tried to wipe it off, and I think it just fell on the ground because they're not stains. It's just this cute little cream t-shirt with some wooden buttons. And then lastly, I found this pretty dress for my daughter since she's going into 5T. It's just this really pretty church dress. Just so pretty for spring and summer. Just has little ruffles. And I love when we wear, I look for things for church for her, just like this other dress, that are long sleeved, because oftentimes on Sundays, even like in the summer when it's like 80 degrees, it's just cold. Like in the church, it's just well air conditioned. And so in the nursery, sometimes it's a little chilly. So I love, even in the spring and summer, I love when they have long sleeves. Well, that is everything that I thrifted throughout this spring for my family. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video.